you keep me in the loop if you don't mind, Seth, okay? Let's pray for Steve and Becky for sure, guys. Shane Broadway is a request from Kendall. Anita Thornton's mother, Philip Purdom, Miss Coffee. Berta DeBerry. It was so good to see Berta here last week at the dinner. It was good to see her. She's always a treat. Mr. Scroggins, good to see him here at the dinner that night. And Larry Bates. Rebecca, your friend Mary. Okay. Charner Franklin. Christy Gable. Sandy Head. Judy Rogers. Mike Bolding. Dean Smothers, and I think, if I remember correctly, she updated that last week and said that he still needs prayers for some things going on. Rita Veazey, pray for Linda Huckabee. She had that's Kim Whitlock's mother. She fell and broke her hip, and she's had rehab, and now they're waiting, or she's had surgery. They're waiting to move her hopefully tomorrow to Big Baptist is what I understand for rehab. They didn't think they were going to go to a nursing home rehab yet. They wanted to go to this, so they're going to Big Baptist. Last I heard, that'll be hopefully tomorrow. Michael Ruffin, Paige Reed's daughter, Lori Klein, Brother William Allen, Eloise Campbell, Lauren and Parker Clay, Eason. Ryan's uncle, I don't see Ryan. Ryan's uncles, Ned and Ed. And I laughed with him last week. I thought, how did they do that? Anyway, Ned and Ed. Eberly's, Kate and Sage. Keith and Gayla Bogey. Ogden Berry, that's Becky's friend. Charlotte's husband is in hospice care, and that took a real turn last week, guys, for him. So definitely pray for Ogden and Charlotte. Jason Johnson, Randall Martin, Rebecca, Grace, and let's see, Samantha D. That's Samantha, her mom. Brian Little, Angie Brewer, Bill Staggs, Whitney Robinson. Debbie, you got an update on Connor's mom? Okay. Ryan's also had his request for his sister with her hearing, Ryan Nicholson. You know, it does sound familiar, but I'm not sure. Sandra Daniels, Rhonda Scott. Okay, doing better. All right, Gigi Parker with her, she's cancer free. Doug, we've got Beckman on here. Ken Coker, Debbie Schubert, Mitchell Taylor, Miss Kathy and her family, Andrea Barber, Lisa Fink, Connie Foreman, David Roker. I had written a note here that treatments were finished. Okay. 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 Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Greg. Excuse me. Martha Jaro, Bobby and Ella Taylor, Linda Wehunt, Gary Miller, Rebecca, your boss's dad, Adam Keeling, Amy and Ryan Nicholson. We're keeping you guys in our prayers, and I hope you're holding up okay. Beverly Whitlock, I did see Miss Beverly down the hall this morning. She looked fine, and she was walking, so that's a good thing. Good. Terry McClendon, Gene McIntyre, Laverne Reynolds. It was good to see Laverne here last week, too, at the dinner. You had a long talk with her. Gary Bearden. Kevin or Kendall, do y'all have any more updates on Gary? Okay. Gary had cancer in his throat that was taken care of or worked on, and then they found a spot on his head. He was taking radiation treatments for, and the last I heard, they had to make a special mask to cover his face to take those treatments. So pray for Gary. Brother Gary. Hmm? Yeah. Uh, Kane Griffin, Dustin Kearley. Okay. Yeah. Mm. Okay. He started a new job at the same time, didn't he? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, Miss Kathy.
How are you?
I'm fantastic. Uh, Jasmine Connor, Audrey White. Update as far as I can tell. I talked to Lisa last night, and Miss White actually ate very well yesterday. I think she's still in ICU. AFib is still a problem. And, of course, the blood clot in her leg is still a problem. But she did act like she felt better last night than she did when she came in. But that's, I'm sure, the fluids and meds and things. But keep her in your prayers, guys. She needs strength to be able to rehab and get up. Galen McClanahan. And, of course, we want to remember the lost. Two announcements. Y'all have any other prayer requests you want to add to this? So I'm sorry? Joe Jones. Yeah? Okay. Imagine that. A man that doesn't want to go to the doctor. Okay. Somebody say something over here, too? Okay. All right. Okay. 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 Thank you, Judy. Anybody else? Okay. Okay. Two patients. Thank you, Lena. Anybody else? Okay. Couple of real quick announcements. Our new literature is here. If you don't have a Sunday school book, we'll start that next week. And then we have our angel tree that Janet and Judy are helping us with. And we also have Brother Mike's love offering that Tanya is helping us with. And Brother Mike's retirement day banquet, if you want to call it that, is the 14th, right after church that morning. And also, if you have a card you want to send to them, they're putting together a book for him and Linda to have as well as a keepsake. Any love offerings, give them to Tanya, and Tanya will take care of getting that. I'm sorry? Same time? Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Anything else? Good. 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 That'd be fun. Okay. Okay. For an angel tree. All right. Thank you. All right. Anything else? Yeah. The 7th? We're on the list. Yeah. Becky and I's house is on the list, or Becky's house is on the list. All right. Anything else? That's the rumor. That's the rumor. Y'all pray for me, please. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, these guys are going to be gunning for me tonight, I'm sure. So that's why I asked Johnny Rice to ask the question. I,
All I can see is you in the play and him in the play and all of us on the play looking at each other just trying to make somebody laugh.
oh yeah. And I told her, we've already talked about that. I said, man, we can't,
No eye contact.
I can't look at you, man. If I'm looking at the floor or a piece of paper or something, don't take offense to that, but I can't look at you, man, because I'll be laughing. Johnny and I can't be in the same room together most of the time. But y'all do pray for that service. It's very special to me, and I think this church will make it very special for me too. But I do request your prayers from here on out. Okay? Anything else? All right. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Joe, open us up, please. Amen. Thank you, Joe. And just definitely, Joe, pray for this church. Pray specifically for God to send His choice here to this church for lead pastor position and youth pastor position. And I think we need to get behind that as a church. We need to get behind that with prayer from the church. And God answers prayer. And He'll surprise us. He will. I promise you, you've been surprised by Him before, I'm sure. But He'll surprise us with who He brings here. So y'all pray for that. Okay? All right, let's look at, today we're going to be in the Song of Solomon, chapter 1. Song of Solomon, chapter 1. This is actually called Solomon's Song of Songs. It's basically, this is a meaning, a song by, for, or about Solomon. Because again, you gotta dig deep in this stuff to recognize who's talking or who may be talking, because it's not always clear as to who is talking at the time you're reading. This what we're going to talk about today in the first chapter is about marriage. Now, some people have said, okay, they've speculated that is this the marriage of God the Father and Jesus Christ with the Jews? Some have said, oh, no, this is talking about the marriage of Jesus Christ and the church. Let's don't complicate things. Let's just look at it as a conversation about marriage, what that means. And it covers all kinds of boundaries there, right? It can cover all of those things because it's God's Word. So we're going to begin reading in Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 1. This is the betrothal. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the savor of thy good ointments, thy name is an ointment poureth forth. Therefore do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers, and we will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. Who do you think? Who does this sound like this is talking about? Who's this coming from? The bride. This sounds like, and as I said to begin with, we could consider this either the bride, or we consider it the church, or we can consider it the Jews. Any one of those things. But I think it really bears down on the part that this is the part of the bride, and the bride is looking forward. Let's see, who can we pick on as an old married couple today? I'm going to leave this table alone. This could be a problem if I got into this. Now, I wish Dennis was in here, Tanya. Because this is exactly what I picture Tanya saying before she married Dennis. These first 4 verses, I can hear Tanya's voice in those verses saying these things about how wonderful it's going to be married to Dennis. Did that not come out right? All right, now let's talk to the ladies in here. The ladies who have become married women, and those that will become married women. Does this sound like anything that you would say about your new groom, or that you said about the groom that you were waiting for? Does it sound anything like that? It does? You thought the same things, Deb? So you looked at Dudley and thought these same thoughts because she loved him. It doesn't make any difference what we think about it. The only thing that is important here is what the bride thinks about it. And guys, let me tell you something. As far I've done some weddings, and I didn't realize. I got to be very careful here. I didn't realize how persnickety some of the brides could be about their ceremonies. Man, they take it serious, don't you, ladies? It sure is, and I agree with you, Amy. And it's the most important day of your life, besides your children. Well, that's true. Good. Man, she put the Sunday school teacher on his heels. You're out. You leave. No more talking to you. That's a given. But your decisions were final, wasn't it, ladies? This is what I want. And Kendall, you tried to kill everybody in your wedding with a heat stroke.
Last wedding I'll have, whether I get remarried or not.
It was 150 degrees in that barn. Brother Raines sweat through his coat. It was so hot. But her wishes were to be met. Right, Judy? Your wishes had to be met, too. It didn't make any difference that you were marrying Doug. It was her wishes that had to be met. And it's like I talked about with Debbie just a few minutes ago. The bride was so in love with the groom. So in love. I mean, there's nothing that could I mean, were there any hiccups on the day of your weddings? I know there was.
Did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Greg and Chuck.
Yeah, that's a problem. They were at your wedding?
They were in my wedding.
Oh, no, Doug.
Dennis.
What a foolish man you are. And Dennis, too, yeah? It rained? And when it rained, did it really just, make you just want, oh, no, I can't believe it's raining? Didn't bother you? Yeah.
I didn't have rain. I got married in Indiana in the middle of December the 10th, and it had snowed. I mean, I was enjoying it and all, and I had lost my engagement ring.
Good grief.
Getting out because it was too big. Getting out of the car.
In the snow.
And I was afraid to tell him that I had lost it, and I told somebody else, and they went out there and they found it right.
Well, good. But you know what the moral of that story is? Is it mattered to you.
It mattered to me.
But in the big picture, you were still going to get married.
No, it shouldn't have mattered, but I was afraid of what he would say.
Oh.
That's what I tell
We hadn't
every
known
new
each
couple.
other very long.
I
We
see.
got married within dating of 3 months, but I had seen
Wow.
him 9 months, but, off and on.
Yeah.
But we really got to know each other within 3 months. We met in September, really met and started dating, and got married on December the 10th.
Well, good. I'm glad it worked
and
out.
We've been married 58 years.
Man, I tell you what, that's something to be proud of right there, guys. 58 years. But Kendall, your airline stuff got messed up.
Well, I didn't book our honeymoon flights, and we were honeymooning to Alaska the next day.
That's right.
I thought I did.
And I remember right before that, she was distraught.
Only about that.
Only about that. But you still were going to marry Kevin. I mean,
Unless it's his fault, but
it wasn't his fault, though.
oh, well, there you go. But we won't get into that. Should have set me up for the next.
But let me tell you something. If you're waiting on Kevin Rogers to plan a honeymoon, you're gonna have a. You may be down in the swamps duck hunting for your honeymoon. But it's so important here. This bride is pouring out her heart about what she's waiting for, this important event. Let's look at it also from the point of view of the church. That's us that are saved. We should be waiting and anticipating the day he comes for the rapture the same way that this bride is describing this. We should be waiting for that. You know, I don't care how old you are. I don't care how young you are. If you're a saved individual, this should be your goal, is the rapture. And this should be the way you think about it in your lifetime. No, I mean, you know, sure, you love your family, you love your husbands, you love your grandkids, and all those things. But you know what that means? You need to make sure they're saved too. So that when the rapture happens, you will still all be together. Just like this bride is anticipating. Chapter 2, verse 2. As the lily among the thorns, so is my love among the daughters. She's talking about her bridal party that's with her. As the apple tree among the trees of wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. Stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. That doesn't mean I'm sick of love. I'm sick with love. I mean, this woman, this person who is speaking here, whether it be the bride or the bride of Christ, the church, is absolutely so in love with the groom or with Christ that we have a funny feeling in our stomach. If we don't have that funny feeling in our stomach about the bridegroom coming for us, maybe we need to check some things out. Maybe we're not quite as ready as we thought we were. I picture, and I'm trying to remember back. Becky and I have been married 45 years. I'm trying to remember back. I didn't see Becky that day. I didn't see her all day. Unfortunately, I was with Jeff Holt all day. But I do remember knowing how nervous she was. I do remember how much planning that she had put into it. I do remember how it was the dress, it was this, it was the, and Becky had the hat. Everybody makes fun of Becky's hat. Becky had a hat. Who else had a hat? That a girl. No, it was a sombrero. It was. It was then. And I remember, it was the hat, the wedding dress, the preparations, the bridesmaids, their preparations. It was the plans for the wedding, how the ceremony was supposed to go. And I really was just along for the ride. Honestly. She was worried to death about everything. And, I'm just like, it's going to be all right. It's because I didn't have any details to take care of. I just had a few knuckleheads to look after right before the ceremony. But I remember when it came time for the ceremony. That moment when this is it. I'm going to be with this woman for the rest of my life. And she's going to be with me for the rest of her life. And I remember that feeling washing over me, the reality. And I almost left. No, I'm just kidding. But I remember I remember it today, how special that was. and what it meant to not only her, but at that moment it meant so much to me. And let's look at it again from the church's point of view. Us. All of us here today that are washed in the blood of Jesus Christ and His salvation. How do we approach day by day looking forward to the rapture? How do we do that? How do we carry ourselves? How do we act? What do we say to others about that day, that expectation we have? Let's look at it, the bride and groom. They're talking to everybody about their wedding. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. It's on the calendar. All this has got to be done. All the preparations got to be done. Everything's got to be, all the errands have to be run. Are we doing the same type things in preparation for the rapture of the church, the bridegroom, of the bride of Christ? Are we checking off the list of family members who we need to talk to and make sure that they're secure? Are we making preparations for the people around our community? Are we bringing them in? Are we talking to them about what God's given us? Are we making those preparations to make that such a perfect day? Because the more we take with us, the better it's going to be. And the more we leave behind, how sad that's going to be. Especially if they're close family members. Maybe within your immediate family that need to know Christ as their Savior. That's what this is all about, looking forward to that day. That's the way He's written it here from the bride's point of view. Let's look on over to the next group of verses. The wedding itself. The anticipated day had finally arrived. Here it is. Chapter 3, verse 6. Who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all powders of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. 80 valiant men are about it, of the valiant of Israel. Verse 8 says, they all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man hath a sword upon his thigh because of the fear of the night. King Solomon made himself a chariot of wood of Lebanon. He made the pillars, therefore, of silver, the bottom, therefore, of gold, the covering of it purple, the midst thereof being paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon with the crown wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espousals, and in the day of the gladness of heart. We'll stop there. This, like I said earlier, with the wedding day, it was a huge event. It was an anticipated event, an anticipated day that you looked forward to. All the preparation, all the planning came down to this one. How long does a wedding ceremony usually last? Yeah.
4 hours.
4 hours? 12? When you get right down to it, it lasts less than 20 minutes usually. On average, I would say that 20 minutes at the most. That's with everybody marching in real slow with their gowns flowing, and the guys are walking them down the aisle, the groomsmen and all those things. Everybody's coming in, and that takes some more time than the actual ceremony. It's outside, it's inside, doesn't make any difference. It takes a little time, but it doesn't take as long as you thought it would. Next thing you know, the day is here. As it said here, the king has made all these preparations. He's got his chariot polished up, man, just like you washed your car, guys, for the day you had your wedding. You washed and cleaned your car because you knew they were going to do something to it. And you put a decoy on the parking lot, like I did, so they wouldn't mess the car you were actually going to drive away in up. And it's clean. It's spotless. Everything's prepared. The day is finally here, and it lasts 20 minutes. Is that really how long it lasts? It lasts for the rest of your life. Really and truly, doesn't it? It lasts for the rest of your life. or until death do you part. I know we've got some in here that have lost their husbands and wives and things at our church, and that's a terrible experience to have to go through, to lose a mate. But all that planning and all that preparation, that's what we're living in right now, folks. That's what God has done for us. He's done all this planning and preparation for us, and still going on for that final day of rapture, when the church is raptured into Him. He's been planning it, hasn't He, Brett? He's been planning it. How does He plan it? It's amazing to me how God plans it, because every one of us has a different path to get there. It's a specific path for you, Joe. Ryan, it's a specific path that you're going to have to walk down. Amy, same thing. It's a different path but we all end up in the same place. Different routes, different paths, different experiences, but we all end up at the same altar together on that day. Just like planning a wedding. I know Kevin didn't plan anything. You made all these plans and all these preparations, and if any bump in the road came along to disappoint you, it hurt, didn't it? Because you wanted it to be so special. Like the king did here in those verses we just read. The gold and the chariot and all those things were beaming, were beautiful. Everything was perfect. Our lives are not built around perfect, are they? We want things to be perfect. But not every day is perfect for us, is it? Have y'all experienced perfect days? More than one in a row? Yeah. More than one in a row. It's very rare that I go through an hour that's perfect. I don't know about you. Something's going to come up. Phone's going to ring. The email's coming in. A text message is coming in. There's a bump in the road. But with our planning for the rapture, the church being the bride of Christ and Jesus Christ coming for us, we can plan all we want. We don't know when it's going to be, though. At your wedding, if somebody was late to your wedding, it blew the whole thing, right? One of your bridesmaids, one of your groomsmen, the preacher, whoever it may be, was late getting there. Maybe the flowers didn't arrive on time. Maybe this didn't happen. It blew the whole day. We got no control over this wedding. Jesus Christ is in control of this wedding. He knows exactly the moment and the time when this is going to happen, and we better have our chariot wheels polished up. We better stay ready. Because I've heard it, and you've heard it your whole life. The time is drawing near. Have you heard that? Every preacher that fills a pulpit on the radio, television, or in this church says it all the time. The time's drawing near. You better be ready. You better put the planning in. And what do I mean by put the planning in for getting ready for that day? Better be saved. You better be ready. You better be prayed up. And you better get those ready that you love to go with you on that trip as well. Okay? Back down here in chapter 8, verse 6. Let me seal a seal upon thine heart, a seal upon thine arm, for love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. The coals thereof are coals of fire, which hath a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contempt. I can't say that word. Contempted. Okay? Is that close enough? All the planning, all this preparation, and we get down to chapter 8, And he talks about this seal on the heart. Seal on the heart. What do you think he means by the seal of the heart? In that point of view, yes. The same thing with a bride or a groom. When you stepped up to the plate, big guy, and this lady was there to marry you, luckiest day, he said that was the luckiest day that she's ever had when he stepped up to marry her. You're going to have a real problem this afternoon, I can tell that. When you walked up, and then you walked up to the ceremony, I don't know where y'all were. You're getting ready to seal the deal. This moment has come and it has arrived. It's here. No matter what didn't happen, no matter mistakes that were made, no matter if people were late, none of that mattered. The time is now for this to happen. And Greg put it very well. As far as the church is concerned, that time is here. That time is here for you to step up and understand that you need salvation. You need to realize that you're a sinner, and you need to be saved, and you need to get it done soon, very soon, because the time's coming. Like I said, we've heard preachers talk about it for decades, but if you watch the times, if you watch the news, if you listen to those things, I've never seen it like it is now. I've never seen it like this, and I've lived 63 years. There's things that go on every day that I can't explain, guys. I don't understand it. I'm not supposed to understand. I'm supposed to rely on God. And I'm to be ready for Him to come back. Brett, you got anything so far? I'm to be ready. This marriage ceremony, there was something in here, the second paragraph on page 92. She was ready to make up. It says in that first paragraph, and then it says, but to her dismay, her husband was gone. She was filled with regret for how she had treated her husband. She remembered how hurt she was, but her love for her husband was greater than the hurt. She sought him but could not find him. She called for him, but he gave no answer. Had she lost him forever? All that preparation, and all of a sudden, the groom wasn't there. The bride was ready. Everything was done, but the groom wasn't there. Guys, I hate to put it to you like this, but that's the way it's going to be on that day when the rapture comes. People are going to be standing around and they're going to say, and I think they're literally going to say, where did everybody go? What happened? Some of them are going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to want to admit it, but they're going to know that, this is what I've been hearing about from all these Christians for all these years of my life, and now they're gone. Oh, my goodness, it's too late for me. They said it would be too late, and it is too late. The groom's already come and gone, and the bride is still left behind in this example that he just gave us. Don't be in that group, and don't let your family members be in that group of people who are wondering what happened. I've heard preachers talk about this. Let me hear what you have to say about it as well. On the day of the rapture, when that happens and the graves burst open and those bodies are reunited with Christ in the air, because Jesus is not coming to the earth. You understand that? At the rapture, He's not coming to the earth. He's going to be in the sky. We're going to meet Him. That's the wedding ceremony. The people who are left here. Y'all remember, well, most of y'all don't remember the old series Left Behind. They don't show that much anymore. They think that's old-fashioned. But it's not old-fashioned, guys. That's the way it's going to be. There's going to be chaos on this earth because all of a sudden I would hate to use this example, but this is the closest thing I could do. All of a sudden, everybody in this room is gone but you. You. All these people that are sitting in this room are gone except for you. What a haunting feeling that would be. I can't imagine. And I don't know if it'll be fear, anger, or all the above. Planes with people on it, most of those people will be gone from that aircraft. Maybe even the pilots. What about the hospitals, the nursing homes? When's the last time you walked down a nursing home hallway and heard the pitiful moans and the loneliness that you see in those people in those situations? What if you're walking down that hallway and all of a sudden all that stopped because those people are in those rooms are saved and they're gone and you're left there behind? There won't be any more moaning. There won't be any more crying except for those that are left behind. Same thing in a hospital. What about if you're at your dinner table with your family on a holiday like Thanksgiving Day, and all of a sudden 8 out of the 10 people are gone and there's 2 of you left? What a haunting feeling that would be, to be left behind. All the kids will be gone. All the kids that were under the age of accountability will be gone. I don't want to be here trying to figure out what just happened. There will be some that are going to know exactly what just happened because they've heard just enough to know what just happened. But there are going to be some who all these years said that's just a bunch of poppycock and scare tactics. There's no truth in that. They're going to be the ones that are going to be confused. And then there's going to be those that are angry that are left behind. Why didn't I? Why didn't I listen to Joe Sear when he tried to tell me about that? Why didn't I try to listen closely and follow up on what Lena tried to tell me at the hospital? Why didn't I do that? It's too late. It's too late. And I think the biggest fear that the people are going to have is recognizing that it's too late. Because, we always think we can do something about it. We can do anything about any situation. We can fix this. You ain't fixing that. You're not fixing that. You will be left here and be ready to go through the tribulation years with the rest of the world who are left behind. That's what she's saying right here in these last few verses. She's saying, all of a sudden my groom is not here anymore. Where did he go? What happened? Why am I here alone at my own wedding? I don't want to be in that situation. And I pray that none of you are in that situation or will be in that situation. It says in that last few verses, 8:6, they were joined together. They were renewed by revisiting their wedding day. How many of y'all have ever sat down and talked to your spouse about your wedding day? You have? What'd you say, Lena? So you're talking to Zach, and Zach, you're saying it in a way of you're condemning him, right?
No.
You don't remember your vows.
It just went like that, and it was over.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't remember.
That's the way we feel about it, but
Signed the paper.
but in reality, it lasts forever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to last forever. Sometimes it doesn't. I get that. Sometimes death comes. Sometimes other problems come up in a marriage. But it's supposed to be. It's designed to last forever. This whole thing with Jesus Christ as our Savior is designed to last forever. Forever on earth, once it happens to us, and forever when we're with Him. Not to be lost. Not to lose it. Not to get an annulment. Not to get a divorce. It's not going to happen with Him. It's forever. You know, there's not any sure things in this world, is there? That's the one sure thing. And it's not of this world. It's of heaven. The one sure thing is Jesus Christ and His love for you. Guys, I mean, He went to the cross for you. The husband of the bride went to the cross for his bride and died for his love of that body, the wife, the bride. And the husband, Joe, the husband that stands there at the altar with his wife to be, should love her that much, that he would die for her. That's a tough call, isn't it? Would you really die for your wife? You'd like to think you would. This groom, Jesus Christ, didn't just think about it. He did it. He died for you as the bride, as His bride. But thank goodness on the third day He rose again. And He's waiting for us for that rapture time. He's waiting for us at that time when He comes back and in the air and He brings us home. And all those loved ones that we had that are buried and we had to go to their funerals, if they are Christians, they're going to be with us again at this great marriage ceremony in the air that we're talking about here. Anybody got any comments? Things you want to add? Some things you want to take away? Think about how special your wedding was, your marriage. And think about how special your relationship with Jesus Christ was the day you became a Christian. And you gave your life and soul to Jesus Christ. It's sealed forever. Okay? Doug, close us, please.